You've probably seen it. Maybe a family member sent you a link. Maybe it popped up on your Facebook feed while you were having your morning coffee. A headline that says something like, New Groceries and Essentials Benefit 2026, up to $1,000 for seniors. And something in your chest tightened a little, because the cost of bread and milk at Kohl's right now and the price of a simple weekly shop is genuinely painful. So you clicked, and the video told you there was a brand new benefit coming. Real money. Money you could budget around. Money that was, apparently, already approved. Except here is the part nobody in that video told you. As of today, that benefit does not exist. Not $1 of it has been legislated. And in the time it takes you to watch this video, I am going to show you exactly how this rumor was built, who is spreading it, what the real payments actually are, and how to protect yourself and the people you love from falling into a trap that is costing some seniors far more than money. G'day Australia, I'm James Walker, and welcome back to Aussie Pension Watch, Australia's home for straight answers on pensions, benefits, and retirement income. Now, I know this video has a slightly different flavor to our usual content, because today we're looking across the water at Canada. But I want you to stay with me, because this story is absolutely relevant to every Australian watching, whether you have family over there, whether you're a dual citizen, or whether you've simply seen these kinds of viral benefit claims spreading like wildfire on social media right here in Australia. This is a pattern that targets seniors everywhere, and understanding it will protect you. If this channel has helped you or someone in your family get clearer on what you're owed and what's real, do me a small favor. Hit that subscribe button right now and tap the little bell icon so you never miss an update. Every week, we publish honest, jargon-free guidance on pension rates, Centrelink changes, and benefit entitlements. And it costs you absolutely nothing to stay informed. Now here's the big picture, and I want you to really sit with this for a moment. Food inflation is real. It's painful. According to the Australian Bureau of Statistics, grocery prices in Australia rose significantly through 2023 and into 2024. Over in Canada, the situation has been just as tough. Statistics Canada reported that food purchased from stores rose sharply, hitting vulnerable seniors on fixed incomes particularly hard. Approximately 11 million Canadians received a genuine one-time grocery rebate back on the 5th of July 2023, a real payment from the Canada Revenue Agency ranging between $225 Canadian dollars and $628 Canadian dollars depending on household size and income. That was real. That happened. But that payment has now expired. It was a one-time measure. And what has happened since then is genuinely troubling. A cottage industry of clickbait YouTube channels and Facebook pages has taken that old 2023 payment and repackaged it year after year as something new and imminent. First, it became a 2024 benefit, then a 2025 benefit. Now it's a 2026 benefit. And seniors, good, decent, trusting people, are being misled. Some are budgeting around money that isn't coming. Some are clicking links that are stealing their personal information. That's why we're here today. Now here's the first thing I want you to understand clearly, and this is the foundation of everything else we'll talk about. The 2026 Canada Groceries and Essentials benefit that you may have seen advertised online is not a real government program. I want to say that plainly and simply, without drama. There is no legislation. There is no announcement from the Department of Finance Canada. There is no line item in Canada's 2024 federal budget. The Parliament of Canada has not passed any such measure. What you are seeing when you watch those videos or read those posts is a combination of misrepresentation, outdated information being recycled, and in some cases, deliberate misinformation designed to generate clicks and, far more dangerously, to harvest the personal details of seniors who believe they need to apply. Let me walk you through how this particular rumor actually grew legs. It starts with the real event, the genuine one-time grocery rebate that the Canadian government issued on the 5th of July 2023. That was a legitimate payment tied to the existing GST/HST credit system, which is Canada's equivalent of a goods and services tax relief payment for low to moderate income households. Seniors who were already receiving the GST credit automatically received the grocery rebate too, no application needed. It was simple, it was efficient, and for 11 million Canadians, it provided real, tangible relief at the checkout. Now, because that payment was processed through the same channel as the regular quarterly GST credit payments, some people assumed it would come again the following year. It didn't, but that assumption, that mistake, was all the ammunition that certain YouTube channels needed. They took the 2023 figure, they swapped out the year in the title, they made the dollar amount sound bigger, and they started farming views from people desperate for good news about their household budget. And here's where it gets particularly dangerous. Some of those videos aren't just misinformed, some of them are actively criminal. But here's where it gets interesting, and this is the part I really need you to pay attention to. The Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre, which operates similarly to Australia's ScamWatch, has specifically flagged a surge in scams using fake benefit registration pages tied to these grocery payment rumors. Here's how it works. You see a post saying, "Click here to register for your 2026 Essentials benefit." You click the link. It takes you to a page that looks fairly convincingly like a government website. It asks for your social insurance number. That's Canada's equivalent of Australia's tax file number. It might ask for your bank account details, supposedly to deposit your payment. And once you've handed that over, the damage is done. The Canada Revenue Agency has been absolutely clear on this point. The CRA will never contact you by text message, by Facebook, or by email asking you to click a link to claim a benefit. Real Canadian government payments come automatically through your annual tax return. There is no separate registration. There is no third-party portal. If anyone tells you otherwise, that is a scam. Full stop. Now let me tell you about Margaret. Margaret is 72 years old, and she lives in Surrey, British Columbia. She's a retired school administrator, owns her home, and gets by on a combination of old age security and a modest Canada pension plan payment. Her OAS, as of April to June 2024, sits at $713.34 Canadian per month. Her CPP adds another few hundred on top of that. She's not wealthy, but she's managing. Then one afternoon, her daughter calls from Melbourne, yes, Melbourne, and says, "Mum, someone in my Facebook group shared this video about a new grocery benefit for 2026. It says seniors could get $1,000. Did you register yet?" Margaret hadn't heard about it. She searches for it online. She finds 3 or 4 YouTube videos all saying the same thing. She starts to feel real hope. She finds a website claiming she can pre-register for the benefit and starts filling in her details. Now, Margaret is sharp. Something about the website URL looked slightly off. It said ca-benefits-gov instead of canada.ca. And she stopped. She called the CRA directly on 1-800-959-8281 and asked them flat out. The agent confirmed it immediately. There is no 2026 Groceries and Essentials benefit. Margaret was minutes away from handing over her personal information to scammers. And the only thing that saved her was that tiny flicker of doubt about a URL. I know that when you're worried about grocery prices, and fair dinkum, who isn't right now, it's easy to want the good news to be true. That's completely human. But here's what is real for Canadian seniors right now. The GST/HST credit, the legitimate ongoing quarterly payment, does exist and it does provide real help. For a single senior, the maximum annual amount is approximately 496 Canadian dollars per year, paid quarterly. For a couple, that rises to approximately 650 Canadian dollars annually. These payments go out automatically. You do not apply for them separately. You simply file your annual tax return, and if you're eligible based on your income, the payments come. The income threshold where the credit starts to phase out for a single person is approximately 52,255 Canadian dollars in net income. And those amounts are indexed, adjusted annually every July based on inflation, so they do increase over time. That's real. That's verified. That's from the Canada Revenue Agency's own published figures. If you're finding this helpful today, please drop a comment below, even if it's just the word thanks. I know that sounds like a small thing, But it genuinely tells YouTube's system to show this video to more seniors who need to hear it, and that matters more than you know. Now here's exactly what I want you to do this week. 5 clear steps, and none of them take more than a few minutes. The first step is to check the source before you share anything. If you see a post, a video, or a message claiming a new benefit is available for seniors, visit the official government website first. For Canada, that is always canada.ca, nothing else. For Australia, it's servicesaustralia.gov.au. If the claim isn't confirmed on those official pages, it isn't real. The second step, if you're a Canadian senior or have a Canadian family member, is to log in to the CRA My Account portal at canada.ca. This is your single source of truth for every payment you're scheduled to receive, every benefit you're enrolled in, and every tax assessment associated with your record. If a payment is real and you're eligible for it, it will appear there, not on a third-party website, not in a Facebook group. The third step is to call the CRA directly if you're unsure. The number is 1-8009-59-8281. For seniors specifically, there are dedicated agents who are trained to walk you through your entitlements patiently and clearly. Don't rely on videos, including this one, as your sole source of financial decisions. Call and confirm. The fourth step is to report any suspicious links or websites to the Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre. Their number is 1-888-49-58501. Reporting scams doesn't just protect you, it creates a record that helps protect the next person. If you're in Australia and you've seen similar fake benefit pages targeting Australian seniors, report those to ScamWatch at scamwatch.gov.au. Services Australia takes this seriously. The fifth step is to talk to your family. If you have parents, grandparents, or older friends who are active on Facebook or YouTube, have a calm, gentle conversation about this. Show them this video if that helps. The scammers who build these fake benefit pages are sophisticated. They're not targeting people who are foolish. They're targeting people who are hopeful and under financial pressure. That could be any of us. Now, I want to say something to you directly, and I mean every word of this. You worked your whole life. You paid taxes in whatever country you called home. You raised your families. You contributed to your communities. You showed up when it mattered, whether you're in Sydney or Hobart, in Toowoomba or Bendigo, or whether you or your family are over in Canada navigating their system. You deserve accurate information. You deserve to know what is real and what is not. And you absolutely deserve to be protected from people who would exploit your financial anxieties for clicks, or worse, for criminal gain. That's not a favor I'm doing you. That's the bare minimum you're owed. Now, of course, every situation is different, and what I share here is general information, not personal financial advice. For your specific circumstances, always speak with a financial information service officer at Centrelink. It's a free service most people don't even know exists. In Canada, the equivalent is a benefits officer at Service Canada, also free, also available by phone. Before I go, if this video helped you cut through the noise today, please give it a thumbs up. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, and share this with one person in your life who needs to hear it. Someone in your RSL club, your church group, your neighborhood. Because the best way to fight misinformation is simply to replace it with the truth, calmly and clearly. Drop a comment below telling me where you're watching from. I read every single one. In our next video, we're going back to the Australian age pension and walking through the March 2026 rate changes in full, exact fortnightly amounts, the updated income and assets thresholds, and what it means for your household budget. You won't want to miss that one. This is James Walker from Aussie Pension Watch. You've earned this, Australia. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.